Hey there everybody, redxparasite here, and welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Zero Mission. In the last episode, we started the game. We got ourselves a snazzy various suit, much earlier than we were supposed to. And in this one, we are going to be continuing on in Norfair. Starting off with getting ourselves the high jump boots. So, one thing I should add about taking the shortcut that I did is that in order to get to... right, you can shoot that one. In order to get to this area of Norfair, you're supposed to get the speed booster by defeating Kraid. And so you'll see another instance here where you're supposed to destroy all these blocks. Here, and then those are speed booster blocks, so you're supposed to kind of jump through, but I'm going to bomb jump. There you go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now we got ourselves a pretty powerful enemy here. I'm just gonna unload a lot of missiles into it, because that's how we do. And if you wanted more sequence breaking in this run, here's another one. This one, again, developer intended, because they programmed this one in. Those missile blocks were definitely intentionally placed there. But now we have ourselves the screw attack. And if you thought, you know, that's way too early for us to get that, you'd be right. That'll essentially allow us to kind of plow through lots of things. So, you know, all these enemies, to name a few, most regular enemies will be dying in essentially one hit to us now, if we decide to go for that. So, you know, screw attack, screw attack, screw attack. Alright, gonna get rid of you guys. It is worth noting that the screw attack will go through... Let's see. Okay, yeah, no. Next room over. It will go through regular shooting blocks, and it also goes through some bomb blocks. Now, it doesn't go through all bomb blocks, and I know that probably seems kind of confusing, but there is a reason for it, at least from the programming side of things, but I'll get into that later if it actually becomes relevant. So taking a little detour down here to get a couple missile expansions. So again, this is where you know, having the various suit at this point in time is very handy. We don't have to worry about any of these heated areas. We just kind of go wherever we want in that regard. So now we're gonna keep going to the right. We are actually gonna have to backtrack out of here, and I'll get into the reason for that in a minute. First stop, though, one of the other reasons that we went kind of all this way is to get another upgrade, which is right here in Norfair. And that is the wave beam. This beam, made up of energy waves, can pass through solid objects. What's funny is, given the way that we did the sequence breaking, you're supposed to use the wave beam through these bomb walls. But you can just screw attack that enemy instead if you have it. And actually, now that I mention it, those bomb walls right there are ones that the screw attack doesn't work on. So, essentially, if you have regular bomb blocks just by themselves, the screw attack will go through them. But if they're in a chain, like they're set to kind of do a chain reaction like that, it won't work. Now, this is the roadblock that's preventing us from moving forward. Got the speed booster blocks. We don't have the speed boosters, so there's no way that we can get through that. So we're just going to have to go back out the way that we came, which is going to take a little bit longer, but it goes a little bit faster when you can just screw attack through stuff. So, you know, if I felt like it, I could probably cut out me heading back to where we were, but it's not going to be so long that it's really going to be something that would save me, or you, a lot of time. let's go back. Go back through this way. That is one of the unfortunate consequences of the route that I came up with, was that I wanted to come down here and get this stuff just for the sake of, oh hey, we can get this now and it'll make us, you know, really powerful. This room, the layout changes as far as the enemies once you get the screw attack. So once you get, after you get it, there will be 3 of them instead of the one that was there before. To kind of show you, this is how powerful the screw attack is. You can one-shot these guys now. Oops. Yeah, do not touch the lava. It's not good for your health. Quite literally. I said that as a joke, but it literally drains your health in this game, so. Alright, now we're moving on. We're actually essentially done with Norfair now. I'm going to be heading back down. Because I unlocked this path earlier, by the way, we can go down here whenever we want. That missile block that was blocking the path there, it will prevent you from going down if you don't enter this area from the correct side. So another advantage of using the shortcut is that it essentially opens up all of Norfair to us now. We can kind of go wherever we want in Norfair, with the exception of a few doors. A few green doors that we can't open yet, but we'll be getting the ability to open those soon. So we got ourselves a mini boss here. Nope, don't go anywhere, or you can go somewhere, that's fine. So, the basic strategy is that you're supposed to freeze this Ripper that's flying back and forth, jump up on it, and shoot it like that. You can hit it if you use like a wall jump or two. So if the Ripper's not in a good place for you, you can just do that. But because of some of my screw-ups, I actually ended up getting good cycles on the Ripper both times. So in this cutscene, we see Ridley landing on the planet in the pirate mothership. What's interesting about that is if you do Ridley before Kraid, which is obviously what I'm doing here. Ah, dang it. I need to do one more. Fine, I'll just do the single. I was trying to show off the double one, but, you know. Oop, nearly messed that up. But, yeah, you can actually skip a cutscene that plays when you enter Kraid for the first time, if you do this first, so. Ooh, I cut that too close. More infinite bomb jumping to get expansion we're supposed to get later. Oops, I fell right on that. So, this is a developer-intended kind of shortcut or circumvention, because you're supposed to go left when you first enter Ridley, but you can go right, and I want to go... Or is it the next one? There it is. It was the middle one. This little expansion hidden down here that, you know, go for 100%, want to get that. So now we'll continue to be on our way, but yeah, that essentially lets you skip that, and it also lets you skip, you know, requiring certain items to get to Ridley here. So, all right, with these guys, I'm going to collect the missile expansion. This is a tricky room here. So, if you don't have the screw attack, I would recommend freezing those enemies so that they create a platform for you to walk on to get over to this side. But if you have it, then I would just recommend doing a wall jump. So we're doing a bit of sequence breaking here by going to the right first. Going over here, we're actually collecting our first super missile, which is not where we're supposed to get it from. There's also a missile just right here. And then there are going to be another 2 missiles here as well. Oops. That jump ball was a little unintentional. By the way, you get that when you get the high jump in this game. Completely failed to mention that when it actually happened, but... Now we're gonna go back, and we actually need to get over that pit again. So, you know... Alright, we're taking the loop. So, that's unfortunate. I got the first wall jump. I was hoping that it would just grab the ledge, and then it didn't, and then I didn't react fast enough, so I fell. I mean, looking at it, it's not too bad of a detour, I suppose. Having the screw attack does make it considerably easier to get through this quickly. So, well, the good news is we don't have to jump over that pit anymore since we're on the side that we need to be here. I'm coming back here just because we need to grab another expansion. So there's a super missile here. You need to have super missiles before you can get it. There's the block right where I laid that bomb, but it's much faster to get that one there and then go back than the alternative. And now, we're actually going to be facing off against Ridley pretty soon. So there's one of the boss doors. This is actually the first one that we've seen. Because we haven't done Kraid yet, but we'll get there. And here we have another unknown item. One of the little details that I do appreciate about these unknown items is that if you've played some of the other 2D Metroid games and you recognize the symbols on the item you pick up and the blocks that they let you destroy, you'll know what items we're picking up here. It's a shame that we can't use them yet, but you know, that's how these things go. So, one of the nice things about my little blunder over the pit there is that I did pick up that energy tank before fighting Ridley here. Not that I think it's going to make too much of a difference, but it'll help a little bit. There you go, that's Ridley. Do you think the Ridley fight in this game is, it can be difficult if you don't have a lot of health. It is pretty difficult to avoid getting hurt at all in this fight, so that's what makes low percent runs really fun if you ever want to try to do those. Oops. Alright, I'm gonna try to get out of here the proper way, because it's faster than bomb jumping. So that is the intended strat, you know. Alright. So now that we've got those, we're going to be making our way out. We're actually going to kind of take the long way out just to pick up a few other things on our way out. So this is all the same as I ran through it the last time. But we'll be getting to the new stuff right now, because we're rolling down instead of up. Another save room here. We're just going to skip right by that one. Oop. And so there's a really long corridor. This spans the entire bottom of the map, and I will show it off to you once we get all the way through it, just to kind of give you an idea. It's like that really long corridor in Norfair too. Just kind of goes all the way around. And boom. So I'm going to try to skip the map rooms most of the time, because usually they're optional, but you can avoid them by going into the morph ball. Let me start over. The reason that I'm getting that one in particular is because we'll need to go through that room later, and if you don't get it, it will mess up a trick that you're trying to do. So that's supposed to be one way right there, but if you just infinite bomb jump, you can get past it. So It's nice. There are a bunch of enemies behind the wall here that I'm just kind of shooting. If you want to get through that fast, you can actually just kind of try to tank through them. There's an energy tank we're picking up here, so we're finally actually getting some of those. There is a pit right before the energy tank. Now, that would be a bad thing for us to fall into because we want to go this way. But you can just jump over it and power grip onto the ledge. So it's the easy way to do it. Or if you want to be fancy, you can wall jump it. But we're almost done with Ridley here. So what I just did right there is you saw that kind of, it's like a larva, you know, looking thing. I believe you have to go up on that platform for basically this to disappear and for you to be able to enter Ridley this way. So this is the way you're supposed to get into Ridley initially, is go up to that spot because you're stuck, because there's a green door down there. You see this, you fall down here, and we've got ourselves a mini boss. So having super missiles really helps you out for this fight. So I was able to 2-cycle it there, mostly because I had the super missiles. And that'll get us what's supposed to be our first super missile tank. I'm just picking it up, you know, because I'm here and because I want to get as many super missiles as possible before, well, you know, before we get to a certain point in the game. So we are done with Ridley for now. Unfortunately, we're not done with Ridley permanently. If I go into the pause menu, you can see there are still 4 missile expansions that I need to get. And that is one of the disadvantages of doing Ridley first in the 100% route that I'm doing. Because you need the speed booster for those ones, and we don't have it yet. So if you do Kraid first, which I believe the 80% speed run does, or sorry, not the 80%, the 100% speed run does Kraid first, and that's one of the main reasons actually, is that you can just clean out the entirety of Ridley all in one go. Let's see, I'm just gonna check and make sure. Okay, yeah. We're not going to be getting anything else in Norfair for the time being, even though we could technically get some stuff now that we have the super missiles, but I'm going to hold off until later to actually do that. For now, we're heading back to Brinstar. One of the nice things, because we have the screw attack now, is that we can just kind of do that quickly. Otherwise, you'd have to go up through the rippers that are flying back and forth there. You'd have to freeze them and jump, and it takes longer. So again, that's another set of bomb blocks that you can't screw attack through. It'd be really nice if you could do that, but unfortunately, you cannot. Get through this as quickly as possible. You can see we can now clear that with the high jump. It does make our life a little bit easier. So let's see. And the reason that I went up through all that, there's a shortcut that we could take, but actually, no, that is one way, so we couldn't take it. This is the best time to get this particular expansion that I'm about to get, because you have all these crumble blocks here, so you have to basically enter through the top entrance there and grab this on your way down. Alright, I'm going to stop off here to recharge on mostly my super missiles is what I want to recharge on here, but there's also I just ruined my chances of getting that relatively easily. Luckily, you know, I have backup strats, but you're supposed to freeze the silver, you know, screebat there and then use it as a platform to get down. So see, these ones are just individual ones and you can screw attack through them. It's weird. In any case, though, we are now at the entrance of Kraid here, so I think this will actually make a good place to end off the episode. So thank you very much for watching. I've been redxparasite, signing out.